So I just came from watching the new Superman movie by James Gunn, Superman 2025. And let me tell you, I went in even dressed for the occasion with my t-shirt over here. And wow, I have a lot to say about this movie. First off, let's start with the positives. The new guy playing Superman. For me, whenever I think about Superman, I just think about Henry Cavill. So the new guy playing Superman, pretty good. Pretty good. Let's just say that was some good casting, even though I didn't expect him to be good. I thought he was pretty good. I didn't go into this movie hyped up or anything like that. I went in kind of indifferent and with a sort of let's just see what happens type mentality, simply because this Superman there's so many iterations of Superman, right? So I was like, how many times can you tell this story and do something new with it? So I kind of went in with just this, let's see what happens. The character of Lois Lane was good. I also liked Mr. Terrific, played by Ediga Thegi. For those of you who don't know, Ediga Thegi is a Kenyan actor. I'm saying this because I'm also Kenyan, so that was pretty good to see him in the role and playing Mr. Terrific pretty well. In fact, in the whole Justice Gang, I think Mr. Terrific was pretty good. For me, the disappointing one is Lex Luthor. The actor playing Lex Luthor is okay, but the way the character is written is very caricature-ish. I feel like there should have been a movie before this one. The movie starts off with setting the scene and telling you what's going on. So it's not a repetition of, oh, baby comes from another planet and then lands here and then is taken care of by two parents from Kansas. It's not that. They set the scene and they're like, Superman is already here, people know about him, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But, boy, Lex, on the other hand, the way he acts, I feel like there should have been some sort of build-up of his character. Because the way he comes off in this movie is just very caricature-ish. He's not a villain he's not the type of villain that I can understand where he's coming from. He's just evil guy.
What? You gonna wash your hands? No, because I'm evil.
The movie is acting as if you know who Lex is, right? So I don't understand this type of writing where the movie wants to act like they have to set the scene and explain everything. The movie also wants to act as if you should already know who Lex is and why he hates Superman. In the movie, it is explained how Lex is involved in the war that's happening in this movie. And there's also a part where him and Superman are talking through like this wireless comms type communication, and he tells him, oh, I'm jealous of you, blah, 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 something. But I don't know, man. I felt like there should have been a whole other movie before this one that builds up Lex as a villain that I can understand where he's coming from. But instead, he just comes off as this evil, generic caricature of a character. The political storyline was just so preachy, bro. So preachy. There's a whole scene where Lois Lane and Clark Kent are just talking in their house, and the political element is just preached to you so hard and so on the nose, to the point that I just felt like I was being taken out of the movie. I don't understand how this is Superman. This is Beta Man, bro. The man is beaten up so many times, and I understand maybe the whole point was to humanize him and act like, well, he's not this invincible dude, he gets his ass beaten from time to time. But come on, you at least have to show me the guy winning before he starts losing. But from the minute the movie begins, he is losing all the time. In fact, at some point I even stopped caring. I was checked out of the film and I was just waiting for Superman to be saved all the time. And then for some weird reason, after like 1 hour 20 minutes of him being beaten around, suddenly he's able to fight back, and now he's actually able to beat up people and stand on his own. I'm so confused. What happened between the beginning of the film where his ass was being beaten and now? I just didn't understand. It's like 3/4 of the film, James Gunn decided, let's have Superman get beaten around properly. Boop, 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 boop. And then at some point, okay, now he's had enough of a beating. Now it's time for him to fight back. There's no change in character between the beginning of the film and now. It's just the movie decided he has to be beaten up first, and then suddenly, tada, now he has switched around. It's not like Superman learned something new. It's not like he grew like two new hands. It's not like he suddenly consumed the power of two suns. No, it's just Suddenly the movie just decided this guy can now kick ass. After being whooped for 1 hour, 20 minutes, now he can kick. The best character here is the dog. Yeah, the best part of the movie is the dog. I liked the dog. That was the only good thing. Apart from the casting, some of the characters, I also liked Jimmy Olsen a bit. He had something to do. I don't know. I felt like there were so many characters being juggled. I felt Jimmy Olsen would have nothing to do, but he did have something to do. He's a small, let me say, plot hole that I just don't get. In the Fortress of Solitude, Superman has a message from his parents. I don't understand how this message was used against him by Lex. Like, Lex managed to get a hold of this message and use it against him. Superman, definitely there's a part where he says that he listens to this message every day because it reminds him fondly of his parents and, his home that he lost. But apparently, Superman has never listened to this message up to the end. I don't understand what you're talking about. He loves this message so much that it reminds him of his parents, but he has never listened to it up to the end. I didn't understand how that works. Out of 10, I give this movie a 6. A 6 out of 10. 1 hour in, I was pretty pissed about the whole execution of the film. I understand that maybe James Gunn didn't want to retread just the same old origin story of baby raised in Kansas and then discovering powers. But bro, I came here to watch a superhero movie. Superhero movies make you feel like you are experiencing superpowers vicariously. I did not walk out of the experience of watching this movie saying Superman forever. I give it a 6 out of 10. I did not find the experience of watching my boy Clark Kent getting beaten up all the time to be enjoyable. I get that they were trying maybe to do something new and maybe they didn't want to do the whole he is invincible all the time thing. There's even a scene, it's even in the trailer. There's a scene where Clark Kent's name gets sort of besmirched and then someone throws something at his head and then it hits him on the back. That scene was so confusing in the movie, man. 1 minute everyone is like, "Hail Superman," and then they learn something bad about him, and then they're like, "Boo, Superman!" And this happens in like a span of like 10 minutes. Do human beings really turn on their favorite superhero who has saved them multiple times just like that? Yeah, I give the movie a 6 out of 10. It's not awful, but it's not good either. I would not rewatch it personally. I would not rewatch it. But it's not the worst thing I've watched this year. For more reviews, make sure to check out this one's on screen. If you watch the movie, please tell me what you think. I personally would just tell you, don't go to watch it in the cinema. Just wait for it to come out on streaming or wherever you can watch it at home. I'll see you in the next one.